and welcome to part 107 of my report on the McCarrick Report by Patrick Parson. Continuing Chapter 29 of the McCarrick Report, Information Received from Catholic Entities 2018 to 2020, we are looking at 6 Catholic entities from whom Cardinal Parolin requested information as to whether they had received any information regarding McCarrick's depredations prior to mid-2018. We saw in our last segment how Entity A, the USCCB, was aware of only one set of accusations from a series of anonymous letters. Instead of church officials acting on that information, the letters were considered unwarranted attacks on one of their own, McCarrick, and no investigation was ever initiated. The next Catholic entity was B, the Archdiocese of New York. In late 2018, Cardinal Dolan hired a law firm to investigate whether the Archdiocese had been aware of any allegations of sexual abuse by McCarrick prior to summer of 2017, other than information received in 2017 through the Archdiocese of New York's Independent Reconciliation and Compensation Program. Although no evidence was found to suggest Archdiocese leadership was aware that McCarrick had sexually abused minors, New York Archbishop Cardinal Egan had been aware of lawsuits filed in 2005 and 2007 by a priest of the Archdiocese of New York, alleging that McCarrick had slept with several Newark Archdiocesan seminarians while he was Archbishop of Newark. Interestingly enough, a footnote on page 444 of the report tells us that the letter written by Cardinal O'Connor to Nuncio Montalvo in 1999 was not located in the records of the Archdiocese of New York. If you remember, this letter was mentioned in Chapter 12, which we covered in segments 33 and 34. Cardinal O'Connor told the new Nuncio Montalvo that he was aware of, quote, some elements of a moral nature that advised against, unquote, consideration of McCarrick's candidacy for the succession of the Archdiocese of New York. Montalvo asked O'Connor to set his concerns in writing to ensure that the superiors of the Congregation for Bishops were informed. Cardinal O'Connor did, and recommended against McCarrick's promotion, not because he believed the allegations, which he seemed to doubt, but because promotion of McCarrick to a higher office could cause scandal for the Church should the allegations become public. Getting back to Cardinal Egan's awareness of allegations of McCarrick sleeping with Newark Archdiocesan seminarians while Archbishop there, Cardinal Dolan's investigation did not find sufficient evidence to conclude that anyone else in the leadership of the Archdiocese was aware of these allegations or had any direct knowledge of abuse or misconduct by McCarrick, either with seminarians or minors. Should we find this conclusion reassuring? Obviously, no one in leadership would want to say that they were aware of the allegations against McCarrick at that time. But I have a hard time believing that no one else in either archdiocese was completely unaware of any of the prevailing rumors about McCarrick's inappropriate activity with seminarians and other young men. I am not convinced that the search for information went as deeply and thoroughly as it could have gone. So far in Chapter 29, we have looked at investigations by the USCCB and now the Archdiocese of New York. Oncoming segments will examine further investigations in the Archdiocese of Newark, Seton Hall University, the Diocese of Metuchen, and the Archdiocese of Washington. And as we discuss investigations, perhaps we should also investigate our relationship with God and what we can do to come closer to Him. Please join me in the Fatima prayer given us by our Holy Mother. O my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, and lead all souls to heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy.